Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video with Miss Polly in the kitchen. So this wonderful petal that I want to talk to you about here, this is well loved all over the world, all over. So let me introduce you to my ingredients. I'm going to use some Jamaican sugar, cane sugar. I have a pack of salt there. I always have my salt because I like to wash my sorrel with salt. I like to leave it in the water and allow whatever little insect that is on it to float up on the water top. I have some root ginger here that I'm going to use as well. You can't leave out your ginger. So this is just a simple sorrel drink I am making. People all over the world love Jamaican sorrel. Why? Because it is more than just a drink. It is a festive, nutrients dense. And when it comes on to Christmas, if you don't have sorrel drink on your table, it don't make no sense you have no other drink, people. You can't have carrot, you can't have punch, you can't listen. You have to have sorrel because it is the festive season. So let me start by just cleaning up my sorrel now. So let's go over to the sink. And this is known in different part of the island. They have different name for it. And persons, they make it different as well. Like in Nigeria, I know that they call it zoba drink. And that drink is a lovely drink too when I make it myself, because you can search the channel, you will find that on it. Zoba drink. And that is what in Nigeria, that's what they call it. Yup, where they use the orange, the cinnamon stick, you name it. Alright, let's just put some salt on this and wash it. So first thing first, I'm going to just pour some salt all over. And this is love for its deep red color and its holiday connection. As I say, you can't have Christmas dinner and don't have your sorrel. It is traditional. You have to have your sorrel drink. Alright, we're just going to fill the pan up with some water and allow it to soak a little. So whatever is on the petal, it will come up to the top of the water. And as I was saying, guys, it is loved for its vibrant red color and its deep connection to Caribbean holiday traditions. You cannot have your Christmas dinner or your New Year's dinner and you don't have some sorrel on the table? No, sir. So as I go along, I will give you some health benefit of this wonderful sorrel here. So I want to just fill this up with some water right up to the top. So this is how you want your basin to look that you're rinsing your sorrel in. You want the sorrel to be swimming to the top of the basin. So you fill it right up with water. And a few reasons why people love this sorrel drink here. It has a unique taste. Just like the cranberry, it have that tangy, sharp taste. Similar to the cranberry, which is balanced by sweetening. So that's why we dash some sugar in it. But if you are diabetic, you don't have to use sugar to sweeten your own, if you're a diabetic person. When my dad was alive, I never used to sweeten his own, because this has a lot of health benefit, guys. I'm going to run a few of the health benefit by you while preparing it. Yeah, man, I used to boil it, strain it, put everything in it except for sugar, and give it to my dad. And he used to love it. And this, you serve this chill. It is very nice when it is chill. in this video I want to show you how to preserve your sorrel as well. How to preserve your sorrel drink without putting it in the fridge, and you can have it for months just drinking it. So stay tuned for that as well. So this is our lovely sorrel. So now that I finished washing the sorrel, I'm going to pour some water. While my ginger is soaking, I'm going to wash my ginger, clean up my ginger, and I'm going to add it to my sorrel pot. So this is our ginger, and I am getting it ready to add it to the pot. So how I grew up seeing my mother do this ginger here now, whenever time she go and boil sorrel drink, she would you see, after she clean it up, then she would have just pound the ginger, just cut it, slice them up, and then pound it. Yes, I would normally do that, but today I won't be doing that. I will be just blending it and just add it to my pot. Alright, so do what works best for you. If you want to scrape your ginger, you can go ahead. If you want to peel it, there's no wrong or right in doing it. Alright, it's all about preference and what works best for you. Okay, so what I have done with my ginger, I just give them a proper washing with the Scotch Brite. Yup, I just properly wash them and I just cut them. So I'm going to add them to my blender using a cup of water. I don't want too much water because I don't want to dilute it too much. Alright, so I'm going over to the blender. Ooh, I didn't plug it in. Oh, pido. Alright, let me just cover. I'm gonna go right ahead now and add my blended ginger to my pot. And trust me, I can smell that ginger. I can smell that gingerness really high. That's how you know your ginger is good, you know, man. Yup. So this is packed with vitamin C. It has iron, flavonoid. It also supports your immune health. And did you know that it lowers your blood pressure as well? So I'm going to I want to give this stir. One hand I hold the camera, one hand I stir, show ginger or something. But this helps to lower you remember I was telling you about my dad, you know, when he was alive, how I deal with him with this. Yes, in trouble with them something, the people. I remember me tell you. This helped him a lot. Take it from me. I ain't kidding you. And it also assists with weight loss as well. And also, I think, well, it has cancer prevention. And liver health. So let me just cover back the pot and allow this to, we don't want to boil it, we're not boiling it, you know. We just want this to draw or brew, that's what they would say. One big pot of sorrel. I am going to remove it from the pot and just allow it to just continue to steam out by covering it. And then now I will show you how to preserve your sorrel drink. Yup, in this video. Stay tuned. So we're gonna pour this on the pot, cover it in a clean container, and allow it to continue to just draw. I'm gonna go right ahead now and add my blended ginger to my pot. And trust me, I can smell that ginger. I can smell that gingerness really high. That's how you know your ginger is good, you know, man. Yup. So this is packed with vitamin C. It has iron, flavonoid. It also supports your immune health. And did you know that it lowers your blood pressure as well? So I'm going to I want to give this stir. One hand I hold the camera, one hand I stir, I show ginger or something. But this helps to lower you remember I was telling you about my dad, you know, when he was alive, how I deal with him with this. Yes, in trouble with them something, the people. I remember me tell you. This helped him a lot. Take it from me. I ain't kidding you. And it also assists with weight loss as well. And also, I think, well, it has cancer prevention. And liver health. So let me just cover back the pot and allow this to. We don't want to boil it. We're not boiling it, you know. We just want this to draw or brew. That's what they would say. Hey guys, in today's video I want to show you how to preserve your sorrel drink. I want to show you how Jamaican preserve their sorrel drink without putting it in the fridge, and all will be good about it. All is well with it. So stick and stay. So this is the pot of sorrel, guys. I am through with it. I'm going to just strain it off and mix it, and I'm going to show you how to preserve your sorrel. So that is exactly what this video is about, showing you how to preserve your sorrel. You don't have to put it in the fridge. You can have it for months out, for a year, and you don't have to put it in the fridge. So let me walk you through that process now. Alright, so we are just going to strain. You see how red and pretty that is? I want to throw off all of that lovely juice. So I'm just going to lift this out. So these are some natural preservative, guys, that you want to add to your sorrel after you finish mix your sorrel. So I have some pimento berries over there in the container there, some allspice, pimento berries. I have some rice. You're gonna add couple rice grain, unwashed rice. You're not gonna wash it. And you want to use rum. So I'm using Ray and Nephew. I'm not doing any advertisement for them, but that's a good brand to use. And I'm also going to use cinnamon stick, or you could use dried ginger. And you know we can't do without the sugar. And you're gonna sweeten it really sweet. You're going to sweeten it sweeter than the normal. So traditionally, this method creates a potent, concentrated, slightly fermented drink that can last in a cool, dark place for over a year. So that is after you have mixed your sorrel, guys. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna add those ingredients that we have there that I just introduced to you. You're gonna add it to the bottle. You're gonna use a glass bottle, and you're going to add those to it, and then you cover it and keep it in a cool, dark place. So for the rum now, you want to use white rum or overproof rum. And what that does, and you need to add generous amount to it. Alright, so you don't want to be stingy with it, because remember you're going to have that sorrel out, you know, you're not going to keep it in the fridge. So you want to add a generous amount to it. Alright. And what that rum does, so what the rum does, it inhabits bacterial growth. As for the rice, as for the grains of rice, we're not going to use all of that grain that you see there now. I'm just going to use probably about 10 of them or 12 of them. Alright, so as for the, and it depending on the amount too, depending on the amount of sorrel you are putting it in. And as I mentioned, you are not to wash it. So what the rice does now, the rice helps to regulate fermentation. That's what the rice does. As it goes for the pimento seed, which is the allspice berries, what that does, that provides natural. So as for the pimento seed, that provides natural antimicrobial properties. So you don't want to leave out none of those ingredients that we have right there. You don't want to swap none for none. The only thing is, you can either use a cinnamon stick or you can use dry ginger. Alright, so if you don't have the cinnamon stick, you go ahead and you use dry ginger. And you can use both of them, you know. Ain't no harm creating using both of them. And you want to use, you want to mix it sweet. For the sorrel, right over here, you want to mix it sweet. Very sweet than normal. Alright, so I am going to go ahead now. So I'm adding some sugar, and as I mentioned, you want to mix this really sweet, you know, like syrup sweet. That's how you want to mix your sorrel. So what I'm gonna have to do now, I'm going to have to wait until the sugar is dissolved properly out in it. So I'm going to just give that a nice little mix, and I'm going to allow it for the sugar to dissolve and come back and mix it again. Alright, so now I'm going to add my preservative in my glass container. This is a glass container. You want to use a glass container. Avoid plastic bottles, because plastic bottles can react with the acidity or swell if fermentation begins. So it's best to use a glass bottle. I remember one time I used the plastic bottle, guys, and trust me. Alright, I'm adding some pimento berries. The plastic bottle, it swell up because the fermentation starts. Adding a little rice. The fermentation starts, you know, so that it swell the bottle. Guys, can I tell you, when I open it, the bottle just go pow! Come like a gunshot. Me say my finger burn me the whole time. Adding some clove as well. A few cloves. You want to add generous amount of your rum. You can add ginger as well. And then I'm going to add I'm going to go ahead now and add my boiled sorrel to the. So I'm adding my sorrel to the container now. So I don't have to put this on the fridge. I don't need to put it on the fridge. And this can stay for months, all a year, and it is still good. So I'm going to cover now and store in a cool place, a dark cool place, and you need to check it regularly. Check it for any built up, because once you know it starts built up, you know there goes the fermentation. The fermentation begins. So you can check it for gas, which is the fermentation, and you can just barely open it to release that gas out. Alrighty, so this is how Jamaican people preserve their sorrel when they don't want to put it in the fridge. You don't have to put it in the fridge. And please watch the full video to get the scoops and the loops and all the vitamin, the mineral, all of the health benefit, or most of the health benefit that I tell you about the sorrel. Alrighty, peace, blessings. Catch you on another video in Miss Polly's kitchen. Please